When the rain began and the waters covered the earth, a story of faith, obedience, and salvation was about to begin.
The world had become corrupt and full of violence. People ignored God completely, living only for themselves. Evil spread everywhere, and the earth was filled with wickedness and chaos. But among all the violence and evil, one man stood apart from the rest, a man who found favor in the eyes of the Lord. His name was Noah, and one day the Lord spoke to Noah, saying,
I have seen the wickedness of mankind. The earth is filled with violence and corruption. Because of this I will bring judgment upon the earth. But you, Noah, have found favor in my eyes. So build an ark of wood, for I am about to send a great flood to cleanse the earth.
Noah hurried home and entered his humble house. His wife, his sons, and their wives turned to him with concern. Noah gathered them together and told them all that the Lord had spoken to him. As they listened, they knew something extraordinary had begun. Immediately, Noah went and started his big project. And it wasn't just some small project, it was a huge project. And he obeyed. No matter what people thought, laughed, or said, he is crazy. He still kept working because he didn't care about others' opinions. He did the work God gave him. Years passed, and Noah continued building the ark, just as God had commanded. Though many had mocked him, he never gave up. Now, the great ark stood nearly complete, a testimony to Noah's faith and obedience to the Lord. Noah and his family carefully coated the ark with pitch, sealing every crack just as God had commanded. The great vessel stood strong and massive, built exactly as the Lord had instructed. Noah looked over the work with faith and reverence, knowing God's word was true. At God's command, the animals began to come to the ark. 2 by 2, they arrived in perfect order from every kind of creature on the earth. Lions, birds, and all living things moved peacefully as Noah and his family watched in awe, knowing the promise of God was unfolding before them. Then, God shut the door.
Come on, that's not true. We all know rain never falls here.
I don't think that's true. Can't you see?
It's raining!
Whatever, who cares? I'm going to my house. Hey guys, the storm is getting worse. We should ask Noah if he could let us in. Let us in, Noah.
Please let us in! Help us! Save us!
The waters rose higher and higher, lifting the ark above the earth. While judgment covered the world, God faithfully preserved Noah and all who were with him inside the ark. Inside the ark, Noah and his family had a great responsibility. Day after day, they cared for the animals, carried food, and worked together to keep everything safe and organized. As the rain fell and the storm surrounded them, they held on to their faith, trusting that God's promise would carry them through. The ark was filled with hard work, patience, and hope as they waited for the waters to recede.
Please, Lord, calm the storm and help us to stay united.
The storm continued to fade, but Noah and his family remained inside the ark, waiting patiently for God's direction. They trusted that his plan was unfolding, even as they waited in the quiet waters. After many days on those waters, God guided the ark safely to the mountains of Ararat. Noah and his family waited faithfully, trusting that God would lead them through every step. As the waters covered the earth, Noah waited for God's direction. He sent out a raven, searching for a sign that the waters had begun to disappear. The raven flew away and did not return. Still, Noah waited, trusting that God would guide his next step. Noah sent out a dove over the waters, hoping for a sign of new life. He waited in faith, trusting in God's perfect plan. The dove returned with no place to rest, yet
I
Noah
trust you,
trusted
Lord.
that, in God's perfect time, the waters would recede. After waiting on the Lord, Noah sent out the dove once again. This time, it returned with an olive leaf, bringing a sign of hope that
Thank
God's
you,
promise
Lord.
was coming true. The dove did not return, showing Noah that a new beginning was near. The day had finally come. Noah, his family, and every creature stepped out of the ark into the beautiful world God had restored.
The Lord has been faithful. Through the waiting and through every moment, He kept His promise.
Noah, I establish my covenant with you. My promise will remain forever.
After all they had endured, Noah built an altar to worship God, thankful for his mercy and the new beginning he provided.